This couple had the nerve to get all lovey-dovey right in front of billionaire John's car. Furious, John stormed out, interrupted them, and yelled, "Get the hell away from my ride if I catch you touching my car again." Before he could finish, George, the guy, shot back, "Or what?" John smirked, pulled out a wad of cash, and said to George's girlfriend, "Julie, $500 to walk away with me right now." Julie snatched the bill from his hand, then threw it right back in his face. "Let's go, babe," she told George. "This old creep isn't worth it." John just laughed. "What if I gave you $500 every day?" George tried to drag Julie away, but she hesitated. Then, before he could react, she climbed into John's car. "See that?" John sneered at George. "Everything in this world's for sale, even love." The next day, Julie strutted around in designer clothes, dripping with luxury, while John obediently carried her bags. But when he popped the trunk to load them, he froze. George was sitting in the driver's seat. Rolling down the window, George warned, "Stay away from my car." "Your car?" John sputtered, but George peeled off, leaving him gaping on the curb. Suddenly, Julie appeared, clinging to John. "I love your t-shirt," she cooed. John frowned. He'd worn a dress shirt that morning. Glancing down, he realized his clothes had changed. He'd traded his lavish life for George's girlfriend. Desperate to undo this mess, John plotted his escape. Hours later, at a fancy restaurant, John could barely afford a $500 bottle of wine. Then he spotted George dining across the room. Distracted, he didn't notice Julie lifting a dish cover to reveal a pair of women's underwear. "What's this supposed to mean?" John demanded. Julie grinned. "This place has a sharing menu." Realizing he had nothing left to lose, John dragged her into the shared dining area. An hour later, he felt a joy money couldn't buy until George showed up with security and kicked them out. Snatching the $500 wine, John and Julie bolted. Outside, they laughed by a parked car, leaning in for a kiss. Bam! The trunk flew open. George jumped out. "Back off my car." But John ignored him and closed the trunk, and suddenly found himself inside the car. Dazed, he looked out the window, just in time to see George and Julie making out in front of his car.